Hey everybody, I'm Art Edmonds, and I'm so pleased to welcome you to a very special edition of Military Makeover. This is Operation Career, where the makeover transforms lives and careers. We're laser focused on veterans, giving some guidance and a helping hand to those who've served and sacrificed for our country. You know, every day veterans transition out of the military and back to civilian life, and they need jobs. So we're showcasing 3 great American companies that have that as their mission, to bring veterans into the workplace. We're visiting the largest wholesale distributor of roofing in the country, ABC Supply, at their headquarters in Beloit, Wisconsin. And then we'll visit CRST Expedited, a premier long-haul trucking company, a business with great prospects for vets. Then finally, we'll meet with Cigna, a leader in the U.S. healthcare system. Cigna not only offers veterans a great workplace, but's looking to support veterans with issues that they may face. You know, veterans leave the military with experience, character, and leadership skills, and that's exactly what's needed to succeed in business. So stay with us. This is Operation Career. Giving a veteran a job is one of the best ways to support and give back to those who've served our country in the military. A great American company that provides that support as a core value is headquartered in the American heartland in Beloit, Wisconsin, where the invitation is out and the employment effort is on.
ABC Supply stands for American Builders and Contractors. That word American, that's the big word in that 3-word name. The talents that the different individuals in the military have learned and experienced are very similar to the core values that we live on here. And we're making an initiative to go out and let them know that they're a good fit for us at ABC.
Matt Cooper and Todd David are 2 veterans who've built long, successful careers at ABC. Matt served in the Marines during the first Gulf War.
I was looking at potentially joining the Navy, but my best friend had decided he was going to join the United States Marine Corps. I had the chance to meet the recruiter, Sergeant Mabins, I still remember his name, and he made such a big impression on me, just how professional, to use a Marine term, squared away, individual, and it got me thinking, wow, maybe I want to be part of the Marine Corps. I was an ammunition technician. That's a job that I did all the way up to the onset of the Persian Gulf War. When I came back from the Gulf War, it was April of 1991, and it was decision time for me, and I just decided I was going to take a shot and go back into the civilian world and see what I could do.
Todd David attended the military academy at West Point and went on to become a Black Hawk helicopter pilot.
Going to the academy, I don't think there's really anything that can prepare you for it. Thankfully, West Point looks for a well-rounded individual, so they get a hold of you and then they prepare you for what you're about to do afterwards. As a helicopter pilot in the Army, flying a Black Hawk, I would say maybe the most rewarding duty that I did was medevac duty, and that's when somebody's life is on the line and you're the one responsible that could possibly save their life. That's something that you'll never forget. I decided to get out of the Army in 2002 after I finished my company command. And I knew that I was going to take the uniform off and I was going to be a civilian, and I really didn't know what that looked like. So I took a job with a medical manufacturing company. There was nobody there that wanted to do anything other than just punch the clock.
I thought that what I brought to the workplace was going to be really well received, I guess, and what I found out when I got out, my 4 years had really earned me a $6 an hour labor job.
What we're doing here at ABC right now, we make it a goal that we want to go out and attract veterans to our company, because I think the synergies between the values that our veterans hold and our military respects are very similar to the same values that we live on, and we walk and we talk those values every day here at ABC.
ABC Supply is the largest wholesale distributor of roofing in the United States. When you add in siding, windows, and select exterior building products, you've got an exceptional employer who's part of the fabric of hometown America.
We'd have many different types of opportunities for veterans, whether somebody wants to come out and get into sales, they want to work in our warehouse, drive a truck, maybe manage a team, end up managing one of our branches. There's a good chance we'd be a fit for them.
Matt Cooper has risen from an entry-level laborer to become vice president of ABC Supply's 10-state Western region.
And to have a company that would, value their associates and offer those positions to them, meant a lot to me. I was a manager before somebody ever gave me that title, right? I just couldn't help myself. If you put 5 people in a space and nobody can make a decision, I'm your guy.
Todd David left the Army as an officer and helicopter pilot. He was looking for a company that would offer the same respect and fulfillment he experienced in the military.
So when I got out of the military, there was one thing I knew I was losing, and it was the camaraderie that I had with the soldiers that I worked with. I found ABC Supply. That camaraderie that we have, it's very similar. We have true friendships within a company. This company is a company that values the talents that you have. I'm a managing partner with ABC Supply. I've got about 20 people that work for me, from drivers, warehousemen, inside sales, outside sales folks. I have a delivery service manager. And my experience was that it was simple. If I took care of my people would take care of me. Lead by example, and it always works much better than just telling somebody to do something just because you can.
You go through your 6 months of training here.
I always look for the right person. We look for the right fit. We can teach them all that other stuff.
They may not have the exact fit what we have here at ABC, but we have training programs. And we're happy to bring them here and see if we can find that talent they have within. Opportunity, it's one of our core values here at ABC. And the opportunity to strive for something better. We started with a pickup truck, and we now have 721 stores across the nation. If you don't believe in your dream, you'll never achieve it.
Operation Career, serving those who have served and sacrificed for our country, focusing on the opportunities and support they need to build a bright future. Stay with us. This is Operation Career. Cigna is a global health service company dedicated to helping people improve their health. In hiring veterans, they're bringing some very special people into their company who share that core value of service.
We're part of the 100,000 Jobs mission and are committed to increasing our veteran hiring here at Cigna. We're actively hiring veterans in all of our areas and business lines. You can start out entry level in one of our rotational programs, or even if you're professional and want to continue what you've been doing, or maybe in a different way, we have opportunities for that as well.
Jennifer Pence, an Air Force veteran, is one of Cigna's team leaders in talent acquisition.
I joined the Air Force in 1991. I was a communications and navigation specialist, and at my 3-year mark, I had the opportunity to cross-train. So I cross-trained into human resources. That helped me build a foundation for my civilian career, which ultimately led me to Cigna.
Another veteran, Garrett Mellon, has found Cigna's mission to improve the health, well-being, and sense of security of their customers. Aligns perfectly with his direction coming out of the Army.
My grandfather was in the Army in World War II. My father's a police officer, and it was that sense of service that drove me. I served with the 82nd Airborne Division, the 1st of the 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment. I deployed twice, first to Baghdad, Iraq in 2009, and next to northeastern Afghanistan in 2011.
In Afghanistan, Garrett and his troop were involved in winning the hearts and minds of the rural population with local infrastructure projects and by providing security, humanitarian efforts within their military mission.
For me, the deciding factor for transitioning out of the Army and into the civilian workforce was family. There's not a lot of job opportunities for jumping out of planes or doing patrols in the civilian world, so that's probably the biggest challenge I think I face and a lot of veterans face.
The military provides to soldiers food, housing, healthcare. So when they leave that environment, they have to create that on their own. And for many, it could be very stressful.
Cigna's senior medical director, Dr. William Lopez, was a flight surgeon in the Air Force, now a psychiatrist. His insights are helping lead Cigna's efforts to create a welcoming environment for transitioning veterans.
For employers looking for hiring veterans, they have to help create a culture that is welcoming to the veteran, so the veteran feels comfortable sharing some of the challenges that they may experience in a new job. The family support is definitely very important to help in a smooth transition to the civilian life.
At Cigna, there's help available for the vet and their loved ones.
Cigna does have a number of different procedures and different options for people, especially veterans that are transferring into the civilian workforce. There's as many programs as you want, but they don't kind of force you into anything, which I know is a bit of a concern with some veterans. There's an endless amount of resources to aid the transition. And I have to say, so far, my transition's gone pretty smoothly.
Recognized as one of the top veteran-friendly employers in the country, Cigna has designed programs to help veterans both at the company and in their local communities.
I'm proud to be a founding member of the Veteran Colleague Resource Group, which is a community of military veterans that work at Cigna, and also people who maybe haven't served but have family members that have served. Cigna's committed to helping military veterans, even those who don't work for Cigna.
Establishing local ambassador teams around the country in partnership with military installations and communities, Cigna is now recognized as a premier employer for veterans and military spouses. A tremendous resource providing a wide range of assistance is the Veteran Support Line, available 24/7, 365 days a year, to veterans, their families, and caregivers, whether they are Cigna customers or not.
Through the Veteran Support Line, we can offer veterans help identifying resources and services for pain management, substance abuse treatment, financial aid, and many more.
When considering hiring a veteran, it's important to realize that they may have valuable skills that don't appear in a simple job description.
The intangible kind of transferable skills are decision-making, leadership, being able to act under pressure. Communication is a big one. Task organization, working with teams. I mean, there's a lot that you do, even in the infantry, that has to do with working with people and working through a plan and being able to think on the fly. So I think those are skills that serve you well wherever you go.
Veterans have a strong sense of purpose and want to help others do something beyond who they are themselves. They bring a commitment to excellence. They bring strong critical thinking skills. And we look for that at Cigna. We hire people who are passionate about serving others.
Cigna is a global health service company dedicated to helping people improve their health. They're also dedicated to providing careers and job opportunities for veterans. When a veteran moves from military to civilian life, they want to work for a company that values the skills and character they developed during their service to the nation. CRST Expedited has a deep appreciation of that service and sacrifice, providing both training and jobs in long-haul trucking. So vets, if you haven't heard, there's a nationwide shortage of qualified drivers.
We're going to hire some truck drivers.
At this long-distance trucking company, a career path for vets is being blazed by retired Army Sergeant Scott Pennick.
Here at CRST, we have a veterans program. We named it Heroes on the Highway. It's a program to help transitioning soldiers have a comfortable landing spot for a second occupation after they get out. We're always trying to grow the fleet every day, try to find the next veteran that's going to come in and be a part of the family. Currently have roughly 3,500 drivers on the road. I think we're sitting at about 15% of those drivers being veterans currently. If it was up to me, I'd like to get it to 100%.
We have veterans hiring veterans. We have a team of recruiters on staff that either currently serve or previously served our nation. I have the ability to really work with each individual to provide them the job opportunities that fits their needs and provide them the benefits that really help set them up for success.
So currently we have a team of 6 veterans. On the recruiting side, there's 8 trainers that are veterans, and then the entire management staff at the school are veterans. It's very easy to speak with us. We know what we're talking about. We've done it. We've been there.
I think everybody wants to be a truck driver at some point in time in their life.
Thomas Kurek, 17 years in the Marine Corps, did 3 tours in Iraq, came in as a driver, and is now getting the word out as a recruiter.
This is one of those jobs that is in demand and something that's enjoyable, something where you're going to be able to go out and see the mountains, the salt flats. You have the GI Bill. you have the means, well, why wouldn't I do that?
Veteran referrals are powerful. If I'm referring a buddy for a job that was a military buddy, I'm not sugarcoating anything. So predominantly speaking, whenever I get a veteran that's a referral and they call me and say, hey, you know, I talked to my buddy, he's driving for you, when can I start? That's usually how the conversation goes.
We focus all on team driving. It's expedited freight, so we go coast to coast, and what makes us unique is that we do it quickly. 2 drivers in a truck, they co-drive together so that truck really never stops.
Team driving, the fastest, safest way to do the long haul.
We specialize in a lot of training, and we onboard thousands of new drivers into the transportation industry every year. And that's what my recruiters focus on, is finding someone that is looking for their next career opportunity or wants to team drive and really earn a lot of money running lots of miles.
2 drivers finding success and enjoying the ride are Army veterans, Kevin McCoy and Jeremy Erickson.
My name is Jeremy Erickson. I was a staff sergeant in the United States Army. I served for 20 plus years.
I'm Kevin McCoy. I was a captain in the Army. I served for just under 12 years.
I knew I wanted to eventually get behind the wheel of a big rig. And then I found CRST, and they have the extensive training program. I was like, this is perfect.
Scott Pinnock let me know that that CRST was definitely interested in veterans. He knew how to speak to us in a way that we understood that we were going to be taken care of. We were coming to a place with kindred spirits, and I mean, I got to say, it's been a good time. I'm happy with the decision. It hasn't let me down. I like team driving because number one, there's somebody in the truck with you. Love the fact that the truck doesn't have to stop while I'm sleeping. My co-drivers got the wheel, and we're still putting miles on the truck. We're still making money.
I love the drive. I get to travel this beautiful country. I've seen some wonderful sights.
I feel like I am my own boss. I'm out here. I get to take the initiative and make things happen, and I'm loving it.
I find myself like eternally blessed that I can do this.
Team driving is definitely the way to go as far as I'm concerned.
Key to the recruitment effort are veterans inside the company, opening doors and explaining the opportunity.
That is a very powerful tool, is the referral from a fellow veteran. That's why I think that this veterans program, our Heroes on the Highway program, stands out a little bit comparatively speaking.
We believe that we have the best veterans pay package in the industry.
Higher cents per mile, you know, based off of their time in service and MOS or job. The apprenticeship program, which is a dual venture between the Veterans Administration and the Department of Labor. A sign-on bonus strictly for military service. An additional sign-on bonus if they use their GI Bill benefits, and of course the ability to use their GI Bill benefits to pay for the schooling. And then lastly, tuition reimbursement for those that have either gone through another truck driving school or use ours, and we tuition reimburse the cost of the funds back to them.
I can't imagine that a veteran's going to get a better offer from another trucking company than CRST. This company cares. They care about their drivers. They care about their veterans.
Trucking, a critical infrastructure job in America, a fulfilling career for veterans. CRST plays an important role, bringing new drivers into the national trucking industry. You know, as my buddy and co-host Arlie Ermy, the Gunny, used to say, there's no greater reward than the inspiration and satisfaction that comes from helping a veteran. So our mission continues, and we'll see you next time on Operation Career.